Alright guys, how's it going? Now this video is called Why I Still Go to Concerts. And I've been thinking about this for a while. I just saw a couple bands in concert. It was really great to see these bands. I've been a fan of them for quite a while now. It was just great to see these bands live. But the reason why I've been going to concerts a lot lately, or more than I had in the past, a little more lately, is because I know that there'll be a time when you won't be able to see some of these bands in concert anymore. These bands will be done, and we'll never have the opportunity to see them again. And that's kind of why I've been going to see these bands. About a little over a year ago, I saw Black Sabbath on their farewell tour. Now, Black Sabbath is one of my favorite bands of all time. They're in my top 4 favorite bands. And they saw them with another band called Rival Sons, also good in their own right. But it was just great to, see Black Sabbath. Because although I had seen Black Sabbath twice before, I had never seen Black Sabbath with Ozzy Osbourne singing. And it was just great to, see the band and, to see Ozzy for the, first time. And it's just, really cool that all original members of Black Sabbath are still alive. I mean, I know people have been saying Ozzy would probably be dead in a year, and they've been saying that since 1978 pretty much. But, he keeps on going and is still going, and I guess is even going to be playing a show in Chicago this summer. But, I still like going to see these bands, because I do know that, like I said, there'll be a time when there'll be no more bands, and you'll just have to watch concert footage. Now, I know you could easily watch a concert on YouTube or on a computer, and you could pretty much watch concerts of any band you want until your ears bleed. You pretty much could. Yeah, at this day and age, there's so much concert footage out there, you could. But it's different. There's an energy that permeates throughout the room when you go to a concert that you just don't have when you're watching it on a computer or on a TV. And I definitely like to feel that, I like to feel that energy that you get when you go to a concert, especially right before the concert's about to begin, and, the lights kind of go dim, and the band's on stage, and they play, their opening tune. Maybe it's, a classic song of theirs, or maybe it's one of the better songs off their new album, and, they just begin with that song, and there's just like a surge of energy that just goes throughout the room when you have that. And I don't know how you would replicate something like that with a computer. If you know of a way to do that with a computer, mention it in the comments section below. But yeah, that's why I still like going to concerts and to see bands. And even if the band maybe has 1 or 2 original members, doesn't matter. I still do want to see these bands before they end, because I know sometimes that's kind of an issue where there'll be a band and maybe they'll have 1 original member, or I think the band like Foreigner is like no original members. I thought I had heard something like that. But I know I saw a band not too long ago, a few years ago, called Foghat. And Foghat has 1 original member in it, the drummer. The bass player, although he's been in the band since 75, he's not an original member. So, just to, see these bands and all that, it's just really something cool to do. And I know I hadn't been to quite as many concerts as I would have wanted to go to. Even went about maybe like 3 years at one point without going to a single concert. But, if I get an opportunity to see these bands before they end, I definitely like to go and check them out, that's for sure. 'Cause I do remember, going to concerts initially. The first concert I ever went to, or actually I saw a few local bands first, but the first like major concert I ever went to was Anthrax and White Zombie in 1993 at the Aragon Ballroom in Chicago. And yeah, it was definitely a great show. Definitely a great show to see. But yeah, and I could remember too when I was a teenager trying to get to concerts, and sometimes it could be kind of difficult. There's a movie out there called Detroit Rock City about a group of teenagers trying to go to a Kiss show in 1978. Just all the things they had to go through just to get to the show, when they were teenagers. Just all kinds of like hardships and stuff. And, pretty much Murphy's Law was in full effect. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And that was kind of what happened, and kind of what could happen, when you're a teenager going to concerts. And certainly remember it being kind of difficult for me to kind of get to shows and stuff. But either way, it's great to, see these bands, perform. Because, like I said, there will be a time when you just won't be able to do that anymore. And still do have a lot of bands out there, still touring. So that's great. I know right now, because of what happened with the music industry, there's more bands than ever, like, touring, because they have to tour now, because people just are not buying albums as much anymore. These bands have to do more touring. So there's more bands out on tour now. Like, I know this summer, there's all kinds of bands that are going to be touring. So, yeah, that's all I've got. If you did watch this video, please feel free to hit the subscribe button if you want. But, as always, have a great night. I thank you for watching the video.